Hello, 1 second. So, it's October 31st, which means my month here is basically up. I'm leaving tomorrow. I extended it 1 day because I need 1 more day to get all my stuff together, basically. But my Metro Pass expires today. Like, my month here is up, and I feel weird about it. Like, I feel kind of like down today and yesterday, I think, because I'm leaving. Like, I don't know. I have some travel stuff coming up, and so that's why I'm not staying for another month. I already had stuff booked. I'm going to a bachelorette party, and I have to go to Palm Springs in LA and Thanksgiving. It didn't really fully make sense to stay for another full month, but I do feel kind of sad about it. Or maybe it's the weather. It's sunny right now, but it's been getting a little more like gloomy, and honestly the weather does affect my mood a good amount. Like, I try to not let it, but when it's like really gloomy, you know, but it's sunny right now. It's kind of why I'm trying to avoid a lot of the winter here. Although I already talked about this, but from what I've heard, at least New York winters aren't as gloomy. They are freezing cold, but the sun does come out. Unlike Seattle. So I always associate winter with just like gloominess, when that's not necessarily the case everywhere. So yeah, I feel kind of like weird. I have a lot of stuff I have to like pack. I feel sort of overwhelmed by that actually. So I'm like, okay, I'll figure that out. I'm just gonna finish getting ready. Have a couple things to do today, and mostly though need to just get everything packed and ready to go because I'm leaving tomorrow. And I have like 5 boxes I need to schedule a FedEx pickup. Last night I was so tired. I kind of wanted to go out and do something because it was Saturday, Halloween, whatever, and my last like weekend here for a little bit. But at the same time, I was dead. I sat down on that bed at like 8 p.m. when I got home, and I watched a movie. I watched 7 Pounds on Netflix, if you guys have seen that. It was good. It was like kind of crazy, a little confusing, but then at the end you're like, whoa. A sad movie though. I like cried a little bit. Yeah, but it definitely held my attention the whole time. I find a lot of movies I'll just end up going on my phone and getting bored, but that one I was like, what's gonna happen next, you know? So that was good. But yeah, I ended up just like staying in because I was so tired. I simply cannot go out more than 2 nights in a row. 2 nights is even too much for me, honestly. Like, yeah, I needed it. I feel way more rested. Okay, so I made sure to keep all the packaging to everything because I knew that would make it a lot easier to ship. So let's start packing this stuff up because I just feel like I'm kind of like weirdly dreading it, just because I'm like, how am I even gonna do this? Like, how am I even gonna move the tempo? That thing, you know, it's weights, it's heavy, so I'm gonna have to schedule a pickup because I cannot carry that to a FedEx office. Okay. Okay, I need to go find a box to ship this in and print all the rest of the labels. It being Sunday, nothing like FedEx isn't open in any of those, but I think I scheduled a pickup for tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. It's a little confusing. These websites are like very old school shipping things. FedEx, I'm just like, is it gonna work out? I'm not sure, hopefully, but I'll just, I'm still just so tired. UPS is open on Sunday, so I'm gonna go to UPS and just like ask them the best way to do this because it's really confusing, and get some more coffee because I am so tired. All right, I got a couple more boxes. I think I figured out how I'm gonna ship all this stuff. It's been like low-key very stressful. I don't know why this is so difficult. If I could just pay someone to do this, I would, because I'm like, I went to the UPS store and they were like, oh, you have to schedule a pickup online, but tomorrow, I don't know. Basically, the people in the stores are just not very helpful, but I was able to get a hold of someone on the phone with FedEx, schedule a pickup, because all this stuff is so heavy, like there's just no way. I don't have a car, I couldn't even get it into an Uber, to be honest. So I think I have the pickup scheduled for tomorrow. Like they confirmed that, but I just have this weird feeling like there's just no like confirmation. You know what I mean? Like there's no email confirming like, yes, they'll pick it up at this time. So I'm like just afraid I'm gonna leave for my flight and this stuff is gonna be in the lobby or something, but hopefully not. Okay, I'm like so stressed out about this because I'm really worried this stuff isn't gonna make it there somehow. But I'm just gonna like try and pack it. So here is the rooftop, just so nice. Like that water view, are you kidding? It's actually quite spacious. And like city views. There's even a pool which is empty right now. I think either because of COVID or because of it being like a little colder now, nobody would be using it anyway, but I'll show you it. So if you can see there, there's the pool, which like in the summer, I bet that's super nice because it has such a cool view. Oh my gosh. It's just so pretty up here. I love it. There's usually some cushions. I think they took them off for like the wind and rain. That was this weekend. But honestly, it was a vibe to just like sit out here and look at the view. I love it. Big fan of the Sonder. They have it in like a bunch of different cities. And I really liked it. And I think the pricing's pretty fair for what you get. Like I wouldn't say it's like incredibly cheap or whatever, but I thought it was more reasonable than a lot of hotels. And if you're staying for like 2 or 3 weeks, it's just nice to have a kitchen and dishwasher. Yeah, it did have a dishwasher, but washer and dryer and all of that was like amazing. Like really, really nice to have. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go on a walk now. I'll go by the water. It's always nice to be by water. If I wasn't recording in like an hour-ish, I would totally go to Central Park for my last day. But it actually takes like 40 minutes to get over there, so I wouldn't realistically have that much time. But maybe I will after. Maybe I'll go like have dinner there. Also, here is what the outside of the building looks like. As you can see, they have like the whole building. So it's not just like one little Airbnb, it's like a whole building, which is nice. It feels like not sketchy. Like the Airbnbs here are so sketchy and weird, so personally would recommend this if you're coming to stay here. So I'll show you guys actually a little bit around the area. I'm gonna like listen to a podcast and just walk around until I have to record at 5. Fall vibes but sunny, which we love. So this is Battery Park. So just like little park over here in this area. You can see the World Trade Center over there. Ew, I hate these. It's like a random castle over here. Kind of funny, there's like a Revlon building here. Okay, sun is currently setting. Oh my gosh, I'll show you guys how it looks. Super pretty. Gonna do one last wine rooftop moment with Kelly and Anne-Marie. I'm actually gonna interview Kelly real quick for my video. Ordering ramen because it's like a little chilly out. Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be great. Great last dinner here. Super pretty up here today. Got Anne-Marie, got our wine. Beautiful view. Wow. All right, ramen is on the way. Kelly is on the way. Yeah. We'll record it, which should only take like 20 minutes. I feel like each interview is like pretty short because I always make the mistake of like, getting too much footage and then it takes me forever to edit it.
That is always my biggest mistake too.
Yeah, I think it's good for the most part, but since this video has like, I think 5 or 6 different people, it would be like overkill if they were each an hour.
Yeah.
Cheers to a really fun month.
Yeah, what an incredible month.
It's over.
Yeah, what the heck? That is so crazy.
Like my Metro Pass expires today.
Oh yeah, mine expires on the 2nd because I got the $20 like one at first, and then it was gone in like 3 days.
So crazy. Wow. Ooh, this is good. This is a good ending to it.
What a great month. Right?
Okay, we've got our ramen. We were saying this should be like a weekly thing, like Kelly moves back here, I move here. Yeah. Yep. Love it. Ooh, love that sunlight streaming in. Good morning, New York. Wow, I can't believe that it's November. I am packing up all my stuff because I have a flight today out of New York. Sad, but I'll be back for December. I have a bunch of boxes, so I'm gonna go get the like luggage cart to bring these down because they're super heavy. This one specifically is so heavy. Oh man, it's kind of ripping. I'll tape it. Okay, let's try and get these all on. We did it. Okay. Jeez, they're gonna be like, girl, what? They're gonna be like, are you running a company out of your Sonder? Put it in the lobby. Okay, we're almost there. Very thankful that they have this thing. Oh my god, I don't know what I would do without it. Okay, we're back. Wow, it's a relief to have that like ready to go. It was kind of, you know, a lot to pack. Now I'm gonna get ready, pack everything. We'll head to the airport. It's so funny, it being the first of the month and I don't pay rent. Like, I don't have a lease, I don't have rent to pay. I ended up the last month in New York definitely spending way more in like rent, Airbnb costs than I would in LA. But this next month, I'm spending very, very little because I'm going home to Seattle for a bit. I'm visiting a friend in South Carolina and I'm not getting a hotel there, just staying with them. I'm going to LA for like 3 days and I got a hotel that's not that expensive and that's really like my only cost. So yeah, that's fun. Currently getting ready and we'll do some reflecting on, after a month in New York, what I think about it, compared it to Los Angeles and Seattle, I guess. So I really enjoyed the last month. I thought it was so fun, and like I said, could see myself doing like a year or two here. That would probably be it. I definitely am not the type of person to be like, New York forever, you know. It's just like a lot, you know. There's just so much to do. I feel like people here are way more social. I like felt like I was hanging out with people like all the time, which is so fun. I really love that, but it does make it a little bit harder to be productive. I do think though I was pretty productive here. Like, I actually shot a lot of videos, content, whatever, that I still have to edit. Like, my main channel hasn't even seen like any of the New York stuff, which is funny because I'm just behind on the editing pretty much. But yeah, I really like it. I feel like now towards the end of the month, I am craving like a little bit of like chill time and sunshine and stuff. Like, I didn't at all until basically yesterday. I was like, oh, I kind of miss LA like a little bit. Like, I would like to go for a little bit. But in general, I still really like New York, and I think it's just fun. Honestly, it's fun. My only thing with it is like, I don't know if it is the most beneficial place long term, you know what I mean? Like, because you end up spending a lot of money, it's like, maybe it would be better to live somewhere where I guess you save more. I mean, I'm still, trust me, like still saving the majority of my money, and like I don't spend nearly what I end up making. I try and invest a lot of it, but still I think about wanting to hire people and stuff, and like obviously if you live somewhere more expensive, you have to pay them more. You have to pay them more so that they can live and survive, compared to if you live even in like Seattle. Like, it's just, everything is a little bit less expensive. Like, rent is less expensive. Food and drinks are probably about the same though, honestly. So in that way, I think like, dang, I don't know if I want to like build a business in New York, and it has the taxes like I was talking about the other day. I guess I've just been thinking about all that a bit more, but I feel like being somewhere like this is beneficial. It is a hub for creators now, kind of the way that LA used to be. I feel like a lot of creators actually moved to New York, or there is just a different group of them here, both like tech and lifestyle, which is pretty cool. Like all kinds of different creators that are, I would say, more down-to-earth people. Although I did go to some influencer events where I was like, these people are not that different than LA people. Like, people really talk shit on LA people, but I'll tell you, like, those types of people are in any city. Obviously, there's probably more in LA. What I mean is the stereotype of like fake people, whatever. I definitely came across some, but not that many. I feel like that really is just with every city though. My thought is, if I would only want to live here for a year or two, is it worth like buying all the furniture and like kind of building somewhat of a life here? Although I feel like it's already kind of automatic. Like I already know a lot of people here, so it's not like I'd be totally starting from scratch and having to do that. I feel like I already know exactly who I would work with, hire, be friends with, like hang out with. I'm sure I'd meet more people too, but I don't have to like go through, I don't feel like that whole thing when you move to a new city, because I've kind of like put in the work, so to speak, already. Like I've kept in touch with people that I know from YouTube and whatever, because I honestly just enjoy doing that. Like anytime I've been in town, I want to see the people that I know and don't get to see that often, because I just think it's fun too. But it also turns out it makes it so if you want to move to that place, it's really handy to already know people and like already have just like things to do, and I don't know, be invited to things and all of that. So I feel like it'd be fairly easy in that sense if I moved here for real. Like I don't think I would feel lonely or anything, which is great. It would suck to live somewhere where you just don't feel like you have a community. I feel like I don't really have an interest in doing that at this point, because it's like, as you get older, people just already get more set into the communities that they have. Like I find, obviously, as people get older, they're a little less sometimes not open to meeting new people, but you know, it's just priorities. You don't have as much time to. Like I've kind of found that for myself. Even when I was in LA, I didn't really make as much time, but being in a new city kind of like reinvigorated that, just being excited to like meet new people and stuff. I guess, I don't know, I get hyper like stressed on like making the most, doing the right things with my money and whatever, and it's like sometimes you just gotta chill. Like I already have real estate investments and I'm doing fine. Sometimes you just gotta do something because you want to do it, because you just want to do it, and that's like enough reason to do something, not because it's the best financially optimizing everything in your life, because that's not even, like I was saying before, financial freedom. If you're doing everything to save every penny when you actually don't need to anymore, but you're just kind of in that habit because you want to get to financial freedom, that's actually not freedom, because you're kind of just like doing exactly what you wanted to avoid. So that's kind of where I go back and forth, because I'm like, it would be smarter to live in a state with no state income tax and to like not rent, because I wouldn't buy in New York. But at the same time, it's like the money that I'll be generating from my Airbnb in Palm Springs would like basically more than pay for rent, and it's appreciated and whatever. I don't know. I feel like no matter what, it'll probably be a fun time. I think New York is a lot of fun, but I want to make sure I'm also somewhere where I'm like, you know, making progress towards my goals in everything, career, life, because I found New York to be a place where it is harder to be healthy here. I will say that. I mean, I've been going to the gym and everything, but I feel like I have been going a little bit less than I did probably in LA. And also, I mean, there is healthy food here, but I found myself eating a bit less healthy. I mean, part of this did feel like a vacation though too. What else was I gonna say? I think that people like definitely go out more and drink more here, and obviously that catches up with you at a certain point. Like it's not healthy to do that so often, and seriously, people go hard here with like going out. Like so many people I talk to are like, I love how you can stay up until 4 a.m. and like things don't close, and maybe it's just me, but I personally never want to be up until 4 a.m. ever. Like, I'm not really into that. Like, the next day is a wash, you feel horrible. I get tired at midnight and I want to go to sleep. And I love that for me. I love that I very, very, very rarely feel hungover, honestly, because I get tired early and just want to go to sleep, and then I still feel good the next day. I love getting like dinner and drinks with people. I think that's super fun, but maybe I'm just like getting to the age where I don't think going out is really as fun as I used to think it was. Like, I just like don't really like going to, I would say the bars here in New York are just way more club-like, and I like a more chill bar where you can talk to people and like meet people and whatever. And the ones here are just like, the music is so loud, you can't talk to anyone. All you can do is dance and drink, and like I get kind of bored of that situation. I don't know, that's just me personally though. Obviously not every place is like that. There are other types of bar situations, but I found when people were like wanting to go out, like not dinner and drinks, it was like extremely loud bar club. I don't know, I would rather not do that. I know somebody here relates. I'm not really the type to like going to like a Vegas club. Like, I thought that was really fun when I was 21 and it was like the first time ever doing that, but these days, no thank you. All right, got everything packed up. That actually took me like an hour and a half to Tetris everything into these suitcases because I really kind of moved in. We'll see if this will even close. I really hope it does. I don't feel optimistic about it. Okay, and I'm out. Goodbye, Sonder. Goodbye, New York, for now. Really pretty day out. All right, I am so hungry. Let's go to the airport.